I've just come off stage speaking here at the St. Regis Hotel downtown in Dubai, and I was speaking for a US company on the topic of resilience and really the role that collaboration, innovation plays in resilience. But as part of my talk, I was also talking about the resilience of Dubai, or what makes Dubai such a resilient place. You may not know this, but actually Dubai was voted the world's most resilient city recently by the United Nations. And there's really 5 reasons I believe that Dubai is such a resilient place. The first is around the diversity of this incredible city. You come here, people come here from all over the world, make Dubai their home and where they work from. They build businesses from here as well. And I just find that whenever I'm working with clients here in the region, the amount of just diversity in the people I'm dealing with. So diversity in terms of gender, in terms of the religion, ethnicity, where they're from in the world, also neural diversity, that kind of element as well. And there's been loads of studies done on the impact of diversity on making places more resilient. In fact, Ursula Burns, who's a CEO, former chairwoman of Xerox America, she was here in the UAE not so long ago speaking at National World Emirati Women's Day. And one of the things that she was talking about was this idea that diversity being a driver of innovation and the role of diversity and its impact on innovation and resilience. And I think the numbers I saw the other day from McKinsey, that those companies who are in the top quartile of their industry in terms of diversity of the people that work there, they have results which are, I think, 32% better than the other competitors in their field. So there's definitely a link between diversity and also financial performance. The second part that I see here in Dubai, which you notice as soon as you land, is redundancy. The amount of redundancy there is, they're always building systems for more than they actually need. It's something you really notice when you come to the airport, if you're used to airports, say in the West. For example, when we go to airports in the West, it sometimes feels like there's really been built for maybe 1/10 of the people that are going there. But, my experience of ever coming here in Dubai, I'm usually from the plane out, picking up the car within, minutes often. I mean, it's just so quick, very quick to get through immigration here, just a very quick process. And that is done on purpose. So this sense of redundancy here is a feature, not a bug of the system. It's been thought about in a very, very deep way. And the third thing I see is connectivity. It makes Dubai such a resilient place. It's always connecting with other parts of the world. In fact, you notice it a lot during the pandemic, where many other places in the world really closed down, but Dubai was pretty much always open. And it was the place that now that people came to connectivity in terms of traveling, but also connectivity in terms of money and in terms of ideas as well. And now that the pandemic is we're coming to the end of this pandemic, hopefully, Dubai is a place that so many companies, so many of my clients are choosing to use to have their conferences and their meetings, because it just has the connectivity that a lot of other places, people remember that. They have that memory for that. And then the fourth one I would say is adaptability. This is a place that's always changing. Every time I come here, there's something new. They're adapting to new preferences, what people are wanting. It could be the restaurants, the hotels, the businesses here. There's just this constant drive for adaptability. And then the final one I would say is here in Dubai, they just have a culture of preparedness. I would put it this way. They're planning just now for the 2071, the centennial celebrations, and they've just announced a big plan in terms of everything that they want to do, which is very much focused around education, for example, ethics. And something I find really fascinating here is most companies I deal with here in the region, whether they're smaller companies or the larger conglomerates that maybe operate from here in the region, is that constant sense of preparedness. They understand that volatility is going to happen, whether that's inflation or energy costs or whatever the thing may be. So they've all got multiple plans of how to deal with that. There's a culture of preparedness here, which you don't sometimes find in other parts of the world as well. So for those reasons, diversity, redundancy, connectivity, adaptability, and this culture of preparedness, this is some of the reasons I feel that Dubai is such a resilient place. So I've had great fun speaking today on this topic of resilient and what resilient organizations and the role of innovation and collaboration and creativity in that. And now I'm going to fly on to my next event, which will be on the topic of the metaverse. I'm going to be speaking in Milan for an engineering company on all the opportunities. It's going to be called the Super Creative Metaverse. So follow along. If you're not already subscribed here, make sure you subscribe and you can follow along and come with me from here in Dubai to Milan.